Hello guys and gals, lords and ladies, saints and sinners of every kind. Hope you're having an amazing day, and today we're going to be talking about tolerance. Tolerance, love, what is true love, all of that stuff. I'm not going to get super deep into the love aspect because I feel like that can be a lot more topics. Theology of the body in particular and what an idea of true love is, that's a whole nother topic. I want to talk about this idea of tolerance and false love, what it is. A lot of times you hear people talk about tolerance, like you should tolerate someone or you're intolerant. What exactly does that mean? And why is it wrong? That's the topic for today. So starting off, what is intolerance? Well, intolerance is this idea, if you've ever had a debate with someone and you're winning, right, as you do, and they go out and they say, well, you're just being intolerant because you disagree with my point of view. Intolerance, in that definition, means that you're a jerk and you hate people. But that's not really the definition of the word. If you look at the etymology of the word tolerance, it means to almost agree to disagree, sort of thing. Because to tolerate something doesn't mean you have to agree with it. To tolerate something means that you probably disagree with it or don't like it, but you're still going to accept it. For example, a rainy day when I'm supposed to be playing soccer. I have to tolerate that rainy day. So by definition, you have to disagree with something before you can tolerate it. So if somebody calls you intolerant in the middle of an argument, they're correct, you are disagreeing with them, but you aren't being rude about it. You are tolerating them. Intolerant in their ideology, in their mind, is saying you disagree with me, thus you hate me. And that's not what, a lot of times this happens when you're talking about faith and moral aspects. And this has a lot to do with relativism. If you don't know what relativism is, watch last week's episode. Info card pop up right here. Info card? Pop. There we go. Info card pops up. Watch that episode. Tells you all about what relativism is. But relativism is only part of the problem. The other part of the problem is a disconnect between people's ideas of what the church actually teaches and what the church actually teaches. Because whenever you're talking about someone's morality, the whole thing that it comes down to is what the church says is hate the sin, love the sinner, right? You're going to disagree with their way of living, but you're not going to hate them. For example, homosexual union. Inherently wrong, and the church disagrees with it, but we don't hate people who have homosexual attraction. That's not what the church teaches. So the whole deal is, okay, on one hand you have what people believe the church teaches, right? They believe the church teaches that anyone who has same-sex attraction is morally evil and is wrong. And on the other side, you have the church that says, if you have this attraction, we understand. However, we don't hate you for it. It's just we don't hate a bad politician in the White House or in Senate or in Congress, but we don't agree with their decisions on a lot of issues. It's the same idea. We don't hate them inherently. We don't hate their person, but we hate their morality decisions. That's the issue. So we hate their decisions, but we love them. And this goes back to the idea of love. What is true love? See, what happens is whenever you're discussing something with somebody, there should be two lines. There should be a graph of here's love, right, and here's truth. If you don't have a balance between these two, you're going to have a lot of issues. For example, if you have a lot of truth and no love, that's a kid's story about oh, you need to be honest, son. Okay, hey, Johnny, your mom cooks bad. Yeah, really bad cooking. That's one end. And if you have too much love, you're going to have relativism. You're going to have tolerance. But it's love. It's not true love. True love is this idea that's stemming both truth and love, in which you have these two sides connecting. So back to the homosexual marriage thing. If we're talking about this on one angle, when we have the truth of a true marriage is, right? But then we also have love, and they say we're not loving. Well, we're actually doing the truth of love. What is true love? True love is willing the good of the other and not wishing any disorders upon them. Any wrong, any evil. So whenever we have this graph of truth and love, what ends up happening is that we're called intolerant because we disagree with somebody on the basis of what they believe. I can disagree with Baptists on the idea of Mary. However, I don't hate Baptists. I think they're very good people and they do a lot of good work. I don't think they're included in the fullness of Christianity because they don't have the Catholic Church. However, I don't hate them. That's the problem that a lot of people have with this idea of tolerance and intolerance. I don't hate someone because I disagree with them. I just disagree with them. I don't agree with their ideology and I don't agree with their ideas, but that doesn't mean I hate them inherently. Just because I hate a politician's foreign policy, that doesn't mean I hate them. Just because a driver is making a really dumb decision and is deciding to drive like a stupid person, I don't hate them, I just think they suck at driving. I hate their driving. I tolerate their driving though. Now people are using this idea of intolerance to be able to say, okay, arguments, you disagree with me, I disagree with you, you're intolerant, you're a bigot, go away, I don't like you, It's a mechanism. They're trying to use it to shut down your argument. That way you can't actually say, oh, well, you know, I disagree. They'll say, you're a bigot, you hate people. No, I just disagree with people. Disagreeing is not a wrong thing. Disagreement is what comes to the understanding of what truth is. If two people disagree and they discuss inherently, kindly, looking for truth, open-minded, trying to figure out what truth is, and they come across an opinion, okay, and they both agree on this opinion, someone else comes over and disagrees with that opinion, they can do this whole process over again and discover truth again. We need to be open-minded, but we also need to be stand firm in our beliefs. See, if you're arguing with someone and they say, you hate me for the way I live my life. No, I just hate the way you live your life. I hate the way that sin, I hate the way that disorder has taken itself upon your life, and I want to help you. You say, well, I don't need your help. Well, I'm sorry, then I'll pray for you. Because I want the good of everyone. Most Catholics, most Christians in general, we want the good of everyone. We want everyone to be happy with God in heaven. Baltimore Catechism question number 3. Why are we on this earth? To know God, love and serve Him, and be happy with Him in this world and the next. We want everyone to be in that space. So we're going to disagree with you because we believe you're wrong. And we will argue with you because we believe you're wrong, but we're going to do it open-mindedly and kindly. So next time in your arguments when someone calls you intolerant, remember that this idea of tolerant is just to shut you down and they don't actually know the meaning of the word. But now, because you watched this episode, you do. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Tell me what you want me to talk about. And remember, as it was in the beginning, is now, never shall be. I said,